Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Derek Ledwidge from Strive Fitness Performance. Today we're going to go over what happens when you're struggling to lose weight in that initial weight loss phase. Okay, generally around that 2 to 3 week mark. Okay, this is a pivotal mark for most people because a lot of times people will either decide if they're going to keep on going or stop the diet plan altogether around that 2 to 3 week mark. And many of these reasons that I'm about to talk about are the culprits. Okay, the plan's not failing, it's just that we're not really paying attention to the right information. All right, so number one, are you actually assessing yourself correctly? Okay, this seems odd to think about, but most people do not. Okay, they don't actually look at the right data. Okay? If you're using the scale, which we do, okay, you don't have to be a slave to this scale, but you want to look at the right information. Okay? Weighing yourself once a week, random times, is not the right way to go. Okay? Your body weight will fluctuate every single day. Okay? You cannot stop that. This is completely normal. Instead, you want to take your average weight, especially at the first initial phase when you're sort of trying to get progress. Once you start going, you can sort of tear off of that, but you really want to pay attention to that weight right away. Okay? So take the average. Okay? Weigh yourself every single day in the morning, right after you go to the bathroom, before you eat, and jot it down. Okay? Every single day for that week, then you take the average. Is your average going down? Okay? You can also use an app called Happy Scale. We end up using that here at Strive, and it helps you see it on a graph and helps you see that the progress as it starts going down. You see the fluctuations, but you see it start tearing down. Generally around that 0.5 to 1 pound per week per month. Okay? If you're doing that, you're making great progress. If your average is not going down, but you see that new low that you've never seen before, that's also progress too. So are you actually paying attention to the right information? Many people end up stopping around that 2 to 3 week mark because they're frustrated because of the fluctuations. In reality, their average is going down, they just don't know. Okay, so they stop too soon. So really pay attention to how you're actually assessing. If you're not using the weight or the scale, take measurements every 2 weeks, make sure they're accurate, make sure they're in the right spot, take progress pics every month. Are you making progress? Number two, second reason, is going to be, are you new to weight training? Especially at facilities here at Strive where we actually weight train to make sure that we are improving. Okay? Initially, when you first start any type of program, it doesn't matter where it's at, it could be body weight. Your body gets sore. Okay? And that's the body's reaction to what the hell is going on. This is not normal for me. Okay? And what ends up happening is your body's fighting to adapt to that training style. Okay? To adapt to all those stresses, the weights and stuff like that, even body weight. And the body takes in a whole bunch of all the nutrients, the water, stuff like that, to the muscles to repair itself. During that initial phase, a lot of times you might actually go up during this phase because it's retaining all that stuff, okay, until the body gets back to normal, and then it'll flatline and you start seeing progress. Again, around the 2 to 3 week mark is usually when it's happening. So is that happening to you? Number three, are you new to the diet plan, especially eating whole foods? Okay, more veggies, stuff like that. If you're not used to that quantity, or you're used to eating processed stuff, not even fast food, but you're just eating, processed stuff from Kroger or Meijer or something like that. If you're not used to those whole foods, it takes longer for you to digest them. Okay, they stay in your system a little bit longer. So that might be the reason why that weight is either not moving or it's going up a little bit. Okay, because of all that food weight in your system. Okay. So again, it might be that as well. Okay, the next one is going to end up being the most important. Are you actually consistent with your diet plan? Most people are not. Okay, most people are looking for that quick fix and they don't want to do the work. Okay, that is a mistake. Okay, it means you have no idea what's actually going on with your diet. Okay, it's as simple as writing it down. Are you following your plan? Yes or no? Okay? If you're not, the plan's not the issue, you're not the issue, it's the process, it's the application that you're doing to get to that plan, okay? And that becomes the issue, okay? Here at Strive, we don't just write it down, some people do, but we end up doing, putting in Macros Plus or MyFitnessPal, putting in everything that you eat in there, okay? Every little thing, okay? If you're consistent over the course of around 4 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that, then you start seeing results. But if you're not consistent, that's the issue. That's the number one issue usually is people are not honest with themselves and they have no idea. Once you start doing that, then you can get control of your diet and your weight loss journey. Okay? With that usually comes the people that are the things that people don't put down. Okay, this is the fat amount. Okay, fats, there's a lot of calories in a very, very small amount of space. Okay, so are you tracking your fats, cooking oil, stuff like that? The amount of nuts. Okay, with that, the prepackaged stuff, nuts, chips, stuff like that. Okay, it's very, very hard to quantize as that. Okay, you just start grabbing stuff. There's no portions. Right? So are you tracking all that stuff? The mindless snacking. Are you paying attention to all your snacking? The candy, again, the chips, even healthy stuff. Okay? Are you tracking everything? Every bite. Okay? Those things add up over time. All right? And the last one, how long are you actually consistent with this plan? Okay? Again, get past that 2 to 3 week mark. If you're consistent, if you followed all the plan and you listen to the stuff that I just ended up talking about, it generally takes about 4, maybe even 6 weeks for people to actually start seeing results because their body is not used to anything it's doing. Okay? And so if you can get past that 4-week mark, you can get past that 5-week mark, maybe even 6 for some people. Okay? If you can do that and you can be consistent during those times, then you can start losing that weight. Okay? Most people do not have the patience for that. So make sure you're actually being consistent and actually spending a lot longer time than you actually think. It will take longer. Okay? So take note of all those 5 things. Right? If it is you, the biggest thing I can talk about is just like what I said, number 5, spend a little bit more time. Really look at, are you consistent, and spend more time, around 4 to 6 weeks. Okay? If you are, you'll start seeing results. What's 6 weeks when you're talking about what I've done in the last 12 years? Okay? So really pay attention to that. Talk to you soon.